You want to tell your story?
So my father, he loved telling this to me when I was a kid and growing up. When I was a small baby infant, he was driving a car with me and my mom in the car, and my mom was like holding me. Anyway, he gets pulled over, and the cop asked my dad if he had any drugs on him in the car. My dad had said to the cop, is what he told me. He's like, "Yeah, I got about 40 kilos of coke lining all the interior. Yeah, I got drugs in the car. Yeah." And his freshly birthed newborn son is in the car with, my mom. It was just a big waste of time. They found nothing. They didn't put him, they didn't jam him up or give him a ticket or anything.
So one time with my friends, we're all driving in the car, and at the time I used to have this bobblehead that was just Jesus Christ, and I thought it was really funny to put it on my dashboard because if my music was loud enough, he'd bob up and down, and I thought it was funny. But it got really hot on my dashboard, so the adhesive melted and it would just fall off constantly. So at this point, it's just sitting upside down in my cup holder, and I'm driving, albeit pretty fast. I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. I'm somewhere in there, and driving pretty fast. And a cop pulls me over. They come behind me, and music is blaring out of my car. Fuck, I'm gonna get a ticket. I'm going 85, 90 to 60. I'm going fast, and I pull over, and I had my anime moment. I look down, and I'm like, I look at the cup holder, and I see the Jesus bobblehead, and I'm like, this will save me. And I go and I put it up on the dashboard, and I face it towards the window. And then the cop comes up, and he is mad. He's yelling at me. He's like, "Do you have any fucking idea how fast I clocked you at?" And I'm sitting there, and I'm both hands on the steering wheel. I know how it goes. I'm "I'm so sorry, officer." And I'm getting out of the way. I want him to see this bobblehead. And no shit. His eyes are yelling at me, and he does this thing where he's yelling, and then he looks over, and his eyes meet the bobblehead, and then he kind of stops, and he looks back at me, and he goes, "I'm going to let you off with a warning."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much, officer." And then he left, and I just ripped the shit off.